Another thing you could do is local businesses. I'm thankful because they've saved my deals. So instead of just local businesses, it's like a coffee shop where you write your offers. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the walkthrough. This is the most underrated, valuable marketing podcast / show in real estate history. I'm Eric Simon, aka the Broke Agent, and I am joined here by my good friend Jason Cassidy. Jason, how are we doing?
What's up? I'm doing fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
The no hat look today. I like it. Your hair looks extremely full.
Thank you. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Let me know in the comments how the hairline is looking. We have two very special guests. First, we have a BAM creator, a carousel queen, a content machine from the DMV, Lindsay Joe. Lindsay, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm so good. Thanks for having me. It feels so good to be back.
Lindsay, out of her new house, right? You just purchased a new house, so congratulations on that. It's making quite the background for a podcast episode.
Nice little espresso machine there.
Yeah,
exactly.
My toaster on display.
Exactly. And next, Jason, we have she who must not be named. Put a quarter in the jar. Put a dollar in my hand. I don't know. Put a dollar in my hand. The Alyssa Kernot.
Thank you. Appreciate
She's
it.
like Ohio State at this point. She's the
Alyssa Kernot. Alyssa, welcome to the show. How you doing? You happy to be on this?
Always, yeah. Better you talking about me in front of my face than behind my back.
That's true. Exactly. But you know what they say, Jason?
She's just rolled her eyes a little bit. She went totally excited, like as if she was being sarcastic or something.
You know what they say, Jason, about your brand? It's not what they say to your face. It's what they say when you leave the room.
Ooh, that's true. That is, I've said that in a keynote once or twice, I think.
If I had a quarter for every time I heard that, I would have a lot of quarters.
I think Einstein said that.
Einstein, exactly. Albert Einstein. Today, we're going to break down an Instagram strategy that basically guarantees you 42% more engagement on your posts. Then we're going to cover carousel content and why you should keep posting carousels. Then holiday content and themes, ideas, and then a very controversial marketer of the week. If you like the sound of that, please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the pod. Okay. This is breaking news, Jason, hot off the press, published on November 12th, so 8 days ago. Responding to comments, there's been a study, can have a big impact on overall performance. So they analyze 2 million posts across all platforms, and algorithms will show you when people you follow have replied to posts, boosting post exposure within personal networks while interacting will likely prompt more people to respond. So here's the data. 42% more engagement overall when people respond to people in the comments. So LinkedIn has seen an increase in 30% in overall engagement, Instagram 21%, and Facebook rises by 9% on average, and then 8%. So I don't exactly know where that 42% number comes in. Maybe they just added all those up together, but it sounds better when I said 42%. The point is, if you respond to comments, the second people comment them, your engagement rises 42%. So, Lindsay, I'll start with you because you have a ton of comments on your posts. Are you actively responding to comments? And if you do you have a strategy behind it, or are you just kind of just making sure people know that you're there?
Yeah, so I try and comment back to every single comment, and I try to use their first name when I'm responding. So that's kind of my strategy. I feel like people really remember the creators who speak to them, not at them. They feel like you're a real person who's genuinely talking to them, not like a big influencer who just doesn't reply. And we all know that Instagram pushes posts with more active comment threads. So the more that we respond, the more that post is boosted. I also feel like when someone knows that you're going to reply, they're more likely to comment again, which means more engagement, more visibility, and ultimately like more leads. So I think it's super valuable to make sure that you're commenting back to every single comment.
Agreed. Use their first name. That's interesting. I've never heard that before. That is good. That personalizes it. And everyone kind of knows this already, but it is important to emphasize that this will increase your engagement. Alyssa, you also get a ton of comments. Are you doing ManyChat for a lot of these responses, or are you personally responding to all of your comments?
No, I've never used ManyChat for my comments other than like if it's set up for a guide or something like that.
Right.
So yeah, I think especially like those first like 15, 20 minutes are key because it will automatically double the engagement. Like if it's seeing that it's going back and forth. And I think also including like questions back to the person, because then that just creates a conversation, more comments and stuff. So that's good for the algorithm. But then also like just on a relationship piece, like if people see and know that you're a real human behind it, you're responding to them, it just builds, goodwill. And the whole point is for us to be more likable. So then maybe they'd feel comfortable reaching out to you if they want to buy or sell a home. So I think just from a algorithm point and then also from the relationship side, it's huge to make sure to respond to those.
Yeah. Jason, what about you? Are you responding with keywords to make sure that your post is more searchable, which is one of the tactics we've talked about on this podcast?
No, but am I crazy? Is this not like a news story? Like I feel like responding to comments, like of course it's going to make engagement more. I was thinking you were going to say obviously it's going to encourage more people to talk on your post, and then it creates more community. But similar to the DMs, I know Alyssa does this. I do this like for every new follower, just about, we always say like, hey, Eric, thanks so much for following. Nice to meet you, right? Some sort of a personalized DM, because then next time they see your stuff more, and then next time you also like can, take it a little bit deeper, you can start having conversations. But I thought you were going to say like, Instagram admitted that they like score you based on how engaged you are and then like show your stuff more. You know what I mean? It doesn't sound like that's actually what the article is saying. Kind of like how it said the other day, if you use edits, we're going to show it more. You know what I mean? You're getting like a boost. I thought you were going to say something like Instagram admitted that if you comment more, you get a boost. If it's just like, oh, or like engagement's going to be more when you comment, that feels like a duh. And not saying that it's a bad topic, but I'm saying like we've known this for years. Like, of course you gotta comment on your people's stuff and like engage. It's social media. You post the media, now do the social. Right?
Breaking news: Instagram just came out with another article that says it actually actively boosts people that are more active. So there you go, Jason. If that's what you wanted.
That's what I was expecting
more
to
active,
hear.
Instagram just broke that news right now. Yes, this is a dust story. It absolutely is. But look, the point is, a lot of people don't do it. I've stopped doing it on the Broke Agent account. I've stopped doing it on the BAM account, and I notice it. Like I used to do that on the Broke Agent account for my first 8 years, right? I would get 300 comments because I was responding to people. Mm-hmm. And part of the fun was it was responding something sarcastic back to people. So it's like, I'm hearing your voice again. Like it's another way to create content, really, is to show your voice with the response to the comments. Like if someone commented something sassy or talk crap about one of the memes or said like, oh, agents shouldn't, drink on Friday, or, like there's always people in the comments that are like critiquing what I'm saying, even though it's a humor thing. I should be responding back to people. I'm not. So this is more of a segment for me to remind myself to respond.
But here's the deal. Like you have, I'll do this on posts that go somewhat pop, not viral in the sense of viral, but like get a lot of engagement. I'll do it for like the first couple hours, because at a certain point too, I can't stay on for, 36 hours later, just commenting on every single one. So for the first, 50 comments, you comment back. And then at a certain point, I kind of fizzle it out, depending. You still see them in your notifications though. So if it's like a thought provoking or a good comment, maybe I'll reply to it. But if it's just like great post or like, like a thing, the first couple hours, I'm like, I'll even respond to those. And then at a certain point, I kind of taper off.
Yeah. Moral of the story, respond to the comments. There you go. First segment in the tank. Topic number 2, 'tis the season. All right. We're gonna get into carousels in topic number 3. We got the holidays coming up. I want to share some content from Alyssa that she has posted, and then kind of get into ideas that Lindsay, Jason, and myself have for Thanksgiving and December content. So the first is actually, I believe it's a carousel post from Alyssa. So if you want to break this down, it's called 8 Fall Treats to Try Around Spokane. Now, it's not necessarily about a specific holiday, but it's still in season.
Yeah, these are so easy to do, first of all. And I replicate these all the time. So I have, I think, like a peppermint one coming out in December. And you just people love food and supporting their local businesses. So you can do this like all year round for different things. But I think, just capitalizing on like whatever the season is and pushing people to like local businesses. It's super shareable. They get a ton of, shareability, especially the holidays. Like I can't stress, like this is like the Super Bowl for hyperlocal content. This is like, I am going on an all-out blitz this starting the day after Thanksgiving and have a full almost every single day content plan through New Year's. It's like the time for hyperlocal content.
Super Bowl all out blitz. I like the football terminology there.
Yeah.
Lindsay, do
Yeah.
you have any offensive coordination going for the December content ideas?
So I kind of want your opinion on this, but I think I'm going to
Yeah.
do a carousel. Okay, so picture this.
Okay.
So slide 1 is the real gifts this year weren't under a tree. ... Here are the 5 things I'm grateful for this holiday season. Is kind of what I'm thinking about doing, and then 5 things that I'm grateful for. So it could be like slide 1 could be clients who trust me. Slide 2 could be agents who level up with me, like a little reel plug in there. Slide 3, the ability to travel, speak, step into the woman I always knew I was becoming. That's kind of on brand. Slide 4, the chance to rebuild, reinvent, and create the life I prayed for, like maybe something with my new house in the background. And then slide 5, the reminder that even when the year felt heavy, God had his hand on every single part of it. So something like that, where and I feel like agents can easily recreate that. Just think positive, think vulnerable, and then make sure your audience can relate to it in some type of way. So that was my thought process
Yeah.
behind it. What do you think?
I like that. I think that's a great hook for a video. And you could have the photos in the background, which is kind of that user generated content where you have the text on each photo as
Yeah.
opposed to making it in Canva. Another thing you could do is local businesses. I'm thankful because they've saved my deals. So instead of just local businesses, it's like a coffee shop where you write your offers, a bar where you celebrate your drinks or drown your sorrows, a brunch spot where you go to meet clients, a dog park where you get referrals, right? You know, you take the little fluffy one for a walk, people go up to you and immediate referrals, right, Jason?
Immediate referrals. That's how it works.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Well, I got another post here from Alyssa that is holiday cheer reel. And again, this is just a great way to show the holidays without addressing the holidays.
And it's hard to believe, but shopping season is upon us. And here's a rundown of the newest stores that recently opened in River Park Square that you're going to want to know about this holiday season.
You know it's go time when the tree at the mall is up. So first up, we have Simple Wildflower. This boutique moved from a downtown storefront to inside the mall a few months back. Their clothes are always trendy. They have a great selection of permanent jewelry too. This is actually where I got my permanent necklace from last year. And Lululemon has moved into a bigger, better space. Just last month, they moved into the mall where the old Banana Republic was. And the newest store to open in River Park Square is Indigenous Chic, which opened a couple weeks ago. This brand new store features jewelry, clothing, and home decor by native artists. I tried this hibiscus peppermint tea and highly recommend getting it for any tea lovers on your gift list. And Jean Juarez Spa and Salon opened their very first location in Eastern Washington over by Nordstrom. This is a great spot to grab some top of the line hair and skin product gifts or a fan favorite treat yourself gift card. And then if you need a post-shopping cider break, check out the new Trailbreaker cider location in the food court. They've got sandwiches, soup, salad, and a dozen ciders on tap. I tried Big Pippin, which is one of their most popular ciders. It has nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, full-on holiday vibes.
Share this video with a friend in Spokane to let them know about these brand new stores that just opened in River Park Square.
Stop smirking while you watch that video.
I mean, my God, I was looking at your guys' faces. You looked like we were in like filming a hostage video or something. Everybody was just sitting there like this.
It was
and
such
I'm
a
laughing
masterclass.
because it's a great video.
Yeah.
And
Such a
I know
masterclass.
it's hard. I know it's hard to watch your own video, Alyssa.
Mhm.
It could be kind of, not embarrassing. It's a great video, but it's like, it's your
That
video.
one was extra long too because there were
It
so
was
many
long.
stores. It was real long. That was not my normal like quick style, but I was trying to encapsulate. There were new stores, and the mall actually kind of approached me wanting to do it. So I spun it into a holiday kind of themed thing, just because that's what we're coming up on, and everyone is soaking up everything holidays from now until the end of the year. So.
And I noticed that collabed with like 3 accounts. Were those some of the businesses that you mentioned?
Yeah, so I did it with the mall, and then I did it with, I think you can only do 5, so I did it with 4 of the businesses that I went to for those. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so not
That
just
was-
one business, 4
I
businesses.
had already seen that one. So like obviously, so I wasn't like intently looking, but it was an Alyssa Cornett special. It had the same intro. It had the same share with a friend. And then it had like that one had like 40 shots instead of 20 shots. And then the voiceover throughout the whole thing. But that's exactly what you should be doing on your hyper local. We talk about this every week, but hitting up the different local stuff to do. So like holiday light displays, holiday gift giving, holiday treats, holiday whatever. And you're just basically highlighting local stuff, because as an agent now, everybody wants to work with someone that they know, like, and trust. And like Alyssa has shown that she knows Spokane better than anybody. She knows every single new spot, mall thing. Like, it was just a masterclass. Sorry, I wasn't staring intently, smirking the entire time.
Oh, I wouldn't call it smirking. I'd say smiling and enjoying. I'm not smirking. Don't put a negative connotation on it. I'm just sitting here enjoying. Hey, look, we're doing a show right now. I'm having a good time. We have good guests. We're talking about topics that people are hopefully interested in. Let me know in the comments what your holiday ideas are. Alyssa's right. It is the Super Bowl of trend jacking right now. It's how helpful can I be with my content? Lindsay, do you do any like newsletters or anything during, like, what about a thankful newsletter? Things I'm thankful for in my market, or is that on the docket for you?
I do every single week a This Week in the City email. So it's the same subject line every single week, and that goes out on Fridays. And then in there, I mean, I've talked about this on the show before. I use the Nudge app, and that has local influencers that go around and video different like fun holiday pop-up bars, just like really interesting things like rainbow lattes in Northwest DC, just things that I know will get clicks. So I go into the Nudge app, get inspiration, copy and paste, and that goes out. But I don't have like a holiday themed one that I'm thinking about, but usually the Nudge app is geared more towards holidays during holiday season. So there should be fun like pop-up stuff.
Yeah. I think a thankful email could be effective instead of just the generic Thanksgiving email blast to people saying Happy Thanksgiving, just like truly saying what you're thankful for in your community, your family. It's kind of a great way to showcase a little bit more of who you are. For BAM, we're going to do a email on Wednesday that's conversations you're going to have at the Thanksgiving table as an agent, and it kind of is going to guide you through them, like predictions for next year, what are rates at, talking about the 50-year mortgage, just giving you like a bunch of topics. And then Thursday, I usually do a thankful post about being thankful for the BAM community. But we just did a content audit, and it turns out that post got 77 views total last Thanksgiving.
Wow.
So I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. No one cares, maybe, to hear it from me, but they would like to hear it from your realtor, I think.
That's shocking that
that
nobody cared about that post, because I would feel like people would care.
You were one of the 77.
I
was one of the 77 on my different accounts. Maybe it works as a carousel post too. Of what
I would do a carousel, in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe the email. People don't want to open their email on Thanksgiving. Alyssa, do you send something on Thanksgiving?
Not on Thanksgiving. I send it the day before.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that just your usual weekly email?
Yeah, this one, it's always a little bit different because I have, so I always do like a holiday or a Thanksgiving like pie event. So I have that like next Tuesday. So I always turn that night, do like a quick reel about it. And then I'll do like a blurb in the newsletter the next day, like just recapping it, almost creating, the whole goal is to create a little bit of FOMO with all of them, like, because it's a client only thing. And then a thankful bit. And then also like events going on for heading into the weekend after Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that. How about this, Jason? The negative approach, things I'm not thankful for in my community.
Yep.
Throw a little inside joke there.
Wasn't it Alyssa Stalker last week, I think, or one of the girls said something along those lines where it was like to attack it from that level, like from a negative angle. I thought that was good.
Alyssa
like a
Stalker. Alyssa Carnut. It's
Alyssa
like the world is making fun of us here. It's like we have
two Alyssas 2 weeks in a row
of Alyssa, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead, Lindsay.
What's going on here?
I would do like a swiper post of for BAM of like where BAM started. Like we started with 2 people in the Facebook group or whatever, and then or like whatever, and then to where you are now, and just like the journey, take people through the journey, the events, all the things, and then the last slide I would do something about how thankful you are for the community. I feel like
I want to
journey.
That's a great idea. It just seems like a pain in the ass, honestly, though, to do, because I have to curate all these photos. But it's 100% what I should do on Thanksgiving. It's a great idea.
I think it'll hit.
Like, here's me in 2015. If that only gets 77 views, Lindsay, then I'm gonna be pissed.
Should I share the photo that we took back in 2016?
Yes, at the Inman conference.
The first night we met, and we can share that as I'm thankful for our 10-year journey together.
Jason. It could just be us for like 10 swipers.
That's
just our journey together.
It should start with you. Like, didn't you do like a rap video or something? It should start with like how broke like agent started or something.
Yeah.
Something embarrassing, like a funny hook photo. And then as
I
you
agree.
type, it's like how the brand has evolved and then how thankful you are for the community.
Yeah, the rap video is like my first
I would do that.
big attempt at content.
Yeah.
Where
Alyssa,
is
do
that
you ever
rap
do that?
video?
No, I want to see it though.
It's
Where is that rap
privately
video?
held on. It's
It's
privately
been-
held on
Been
YouTube.
removed by YouTube, I think. Nobody-
Yeah, it got removed actually for
It's
being
banned.
the worst thing on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, topic number 3. We're going to talk about carousels because a lot of agents don't want to be on camera, and carousels are kind of becoming not really the new reels, but Alyssa and I were talking before this too, that some of her carousels are getting 30, 40,000 views. But Lindsay, I'll start with you. If we could share this article too, Haley, up there, basically kind of like the formula
Yeah,
for
we can.
carousels
Yeah.
and what you do in your carousels to hook the audience in.
I feel like right now carousels obviously are performing insanely well. I think Instagram was just so oversaturated with a ton of reels, and we were just so sick of seeing like talking head video after talking head video. Like there's only so many times I can log into Instagram and see a video of Alex Hormozy and like his nose strip. You know, it just like gets really old. So I think, carousels are just easier for your audience to digest because instead of talking for 60 seconds, you're telling a story one frame at a time. And so once I realized that, I started building my carousels using an actual formula. So slide 1 should always be to stop the scroll with a bold hook. Slide 2 is kind of like the prove it slide because Instagram will often show your second slide first when you're scrolling in your feed. So slide 2 is just as important as slide 1. And then slides 3 to 5 are kind of like your micro vlog. So there should be one clear takeaway per slide. And then the last slide I feel like matters most. That's where you're going to get the most saves and the most shares. So think about doing a really memorable quote, but think about doing something that will get a lot of saves and a lot of shares for your last slide.
Yeah, you're giving the algorithm multiple times to see that content, but it is important to frame it just like you said, kind of like a reel. You hook the audience in, provide immediate value, and then the last slide. I sometimes do a call to action slide. I haven't really found that being that effective. I've been doing a lot of like comment the word DM just as the last slide, but maybe I just keep that in the caption. You know what also really works now is mixed media content where you have video and photos. That seems to be doing well. Alyssa, do you have a strategy with carousels, like how you format them?
Mine are usually like numerical based things. So whether it's like, so for like the holiday season, every single Friday, or maybe Thursday I'll do, I got to decide, but it's going to be like, 5 holiday things going on in Spokane this weekend. And so I'm going to do that every single week. And then also throughout the week doing things like whether it's, 8 family friendly holiday activities in Spokane, or, best places to grab a peppermint treat or whatever it is. They're usually like numerical based things. So like the 7 best places to do X, Y, or Z. And then I just get pictures from places. And then you can collab with all the businesses that you include on there too. So that helps with the just like the algorithm part of it and getting more views on it. I get a lot like of different followers from those businesses. And then it's really shareable because people just want to share the cool places in town.
I feel like the numerical stuff does work better on carousels than using it as a verbal hook now because people are almost, as Lindsay said, oversaturated by that. Like, here are 5 places you should do this in Spokane. It's like that's almost too forced, but with a carousel, it's more passive.
Yeah. And it's a good way to split it up too. Like I started doing these in like the springtime this year because I was just all I was doing was reels and it was like just getting super redundant. I felt like, so it was actually Sharon who suggested like you should add in those because they were crushing, and they did because I just kept it with my same format, what people expect from me, but it just like switches up from what they're seeing, so they're not seeing like the same reels because I do the same style every single time, so it's just kind of switching it up, making it less boring too.
Yeah. How about that stray that Hormozy caught, Jason? That Lindsay
just ricochets for no reason.
I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I don't want to see it anymore.
Okay.
It's super valuable, but I'm over it.
The nose strip kind of does work as a visual hook in itself.
Yeah.
Because it's just like it's the look. Speaking of the visual hooks, what you wear matters. Like Alyssa and I were talking about this before, not about what you wear, but like St. Patrick's Day, if you're just wearing green in a photo, forget it. All right, next. I didn't frame that up well.
You
All right.
guys talking about what you're going to wear on the show?
No, just like what you wear in your videos is a hook in itself. So
Yeah.
if Alyssa is talking about Gonzaga and she's wearing a Gonzaga shirt, it's like I already know what she's talking about before she's even talking about it, or I now know that she's a Gonzaga fan.
Valid. Extremely valid.
Thank you. All right, I want to show one of these. This was something Lindsay sent in.
Hold on, you didn't ask me about my carousel strategy.
I was going to after I share this one, but how about this? Jason, what's your carousel strategy? Then we'll go
I don't have one. I just do whatever Coffee and Contracts tells me. Okay, thanks.
Okay, perfect. Next, this is a post that Lindsay sent in. If we could share this, it says, "I'm sorry." This is called a trending carousel. So you may have seen this. You may have seen other real estate agents post this. But is this who started the trend, Lindsay?
I'm
This
almost
person?
positive this is who started it, and then Shannon Gillette executed it perfectly.
Yeah. So it says the hook is "I'm sorry,"
Yeah.
and then it says, "I'm sorry, I can't do your branding next week. I book at least 3 months in advance." It's kind of like bragging about your business. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry that I don't discount my commission. I'm sorry that I'm such a good real estate agent. I don't know. It's kind of, it's a little bit.
What's your biggest weakness? I care too much. It's like when it's like, but I do like it. I like that. And it's like the trend. Coffee CNC does this a lot too, where it's like you look happier. Thanks. I moved to San Diego. You looked happier, where it's like the same kind of like first line. And then you have a secondary thing under it. I think those are really trendy right now.
Yeah. Let's share Shannon's actually. I think we have it. But the point is, this is a trend right now. By the time you watch this, you probably have another week to do it. But it's a carousel post about "I'm sorry." So Shannon starts with "I'm sorry."
She even did the same like gradient kind of like overlay, same color.
Yeah. She goes, "I'm not a discount agent. Discount service creates discount results."
Look at how many likes are on this thing. You know?
3,000. You hired a friend out of guilt. Your biggest asset deserves a professional, not a favor. I'm sorry you think I only work luxury. We help with every price point. It's just a great way to showcase your business.
Yeah. And the "I'm sorry" hook in the beginning, it's such a good hook. I want to know, why is she sorry? What'd she do? You know?
Yeah.
I'm like,
we should do one of those. We should do one of those where we're actually just apologizing for something.
I'm sorry we told you to tail the Rams -7 and you lost.
Yeah, exactly. It's just us crying. Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just an apology to all your followers. It's funny to do trends in reverse. I need to start doing that a little bit more often.
But I think probably happened is probably a bunch of agents shared that on their story, you know?
Yes.
So
agents are going to replicate that too.
Yeah, for sure.
What's shareable? What can you throw up on your story? You know,
because each one of those could live in and of its own share. And so there's a lot of people who maybe got to slide 5, liked that one, and then shared that one.
Yeah, that's exactly what just happened with one of the viral carousels that I just did. And it was interesting to see which ones people would share to their story. I think the key with that one was that I used like stock photos, so it wasn't just my face every single time. And then the agents really liked that, and they would put it on their story. So that's
great point there, because if you have your face and you're doing a data point, people are less likely to share that.
Very true.
So like Tom Toole, for example, just collabed with us on a tweet post where it was talking about how agents need to make calls, but he was in the background and the shares are way down, because why would someone want to share that to their story? Right? It's basically of another agent. No offense to Tom Toole.
I was going to say Tom's a handsome man, but I get that, because it's the 4th or 5th thing could be the shareable thing of your story chain. But if you have your info on it, your tag, even, your watermark, your name, then people might not share it.
The good thing about those carousel posts is they help you stand out from the crowd from other content. And if you want to stand out permanently from the crowd, from other agents, Reminder Media is a resource you have to check out, because you get your own branded print and digital magazines, email newsletters, and social media content. They deliver these resources to your contacts on autopilot, keeping you top of mind with your database. All you got to do is your follow-ups and watch referrals and repeat business come in. Use the link below to check out Reminder Media. They also have some amazing holiday content for you to send out. Exactly. All right. I have 2 marketers of the week. Haley, let's start with the second one, actually. So this is an agent from Tucson, Arizona. It's not Bridget Baldwin.
It's your hood.
But it's my hood. But this agent kind of did a trend jack around Happy Gilmore, but I thought, Lindsay, you might have even done something like this, but I just thought it's a really good way to do a green screen.
I would give Adam Sandler in Tucson. I learned that he appreciates more traditional Mediterranean decor, which is why I picked this one. He can live out his Happy Gilmore dream with this putting green in the back, and he's also on one of the nicest golf courses in Tucson. Who should I do next?
Wait, so is she picking a house for Adam Sandler? I'm confused.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't her listing too. You noticed it said like courtesy of, so she's just like found a listing on Zillow that she thought looked good and shared it, which is great. We tell that advice to new agents all the time, specifically.
So and it looks so easy to create. I mean, it was just a green screen of her and it just scrolled, and I bet that was 5 minutes. Yeah.
And there was a trend jack on Adam Sandler, probably because Happy Gilmore was, for sure. I mean, you could do this, like the most expensive home for sale in San Diego, pull it up on Zillow and do that, right? So like anybody could do that type of stuff, low hanging fruit that has the potential to get you clicks and views.
Mm-hmm. So if you have a celebrity in your local market, or say there's a new trade, right? Like Lindsay, say someone gets traded to the Commanders, and it's like a big name. Not that you would know that trade took place, but say a pop singer. I don't know. Who do you like? Who's a big celebrity?
Who do I like?
Yeah, anybody.
I'm not going to say Taylor Swift. I don't know. I'm right on the spot here. I can't think of anyone I like.
Alyssa, who do you like? Just name one person in the world.
Sydney Sweeney from Spokane, Washington.
From Spokane.
From Spokane.
I'm surprised you haven't jumped on that trend. She's the hottest thing in the world right now, and she's from Spokane.
It's true.
So
I meant hot, like trending.
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. The cool thing with the Happy Gilmore post is like we've seen so many Adam Sandler movies. We do know what he likes, kind of. Like he does have like a particular house style. He does like golf, obviously. So if it was Sydney Sweeney, you should do something like that. Maybe, Alyssa, of this is the house I would give to Sydney Sweeney. It's got like a big movie room so she could look at her movies.
Yeah.
It's got a pool, possibly, just in case. I don't know if she likes swimming, but basically, just
big closet for her American Eagle jeans.
Exactly. Yes.
See?
Exactly.
There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if there's a celebrity in your hometown, this is tactical.
Smart.
You could do something like that. That video took 5 seconds. All right. Second marker of the week is someone we already mentioned on the show, who we've been mentioning frequently, and that's because she's absolutely killing it. But Shannon Gillette posted it's you. Shannon Gillette posted another controversial video, 3,000 likes, hundreds of comments, but really pay attention to the hook of this.
Is this the Shannon Gillette show at this point?
I have an unpopular opinion about how you should dress as a real estate agent. If you follow me and you follow our team, you know that we dress very professional, no matter what. I believe we should dress like we're going to work. We do not show homes in workout clothes or shorts and flip-flops, because even if we're showing a home to our best friend, sellers are watching on the camera and it makes a difference. I am about to walk into a multi-million-dollar luxury estate, and this seller told me she called our team because of how professional we dress. She likes how we look. She likes our website. She likes our marketing, and that kind of stuff's important to her. It's not important to everybody, but I come from corporate where we showed up to work in dress clothes. It's just how I roll. You can do whatever you want. It's my opinion.
So first, I just want to talk about the structure of the video, and then I want to actually hear your opinions. But unpopular opinion, always a good hook.
Yep.
Even though it seems a little forced. That wasn't. Like I just thought she didn't. She's in her car, so it kind of seems like a spur of the moment video. And then she's providing proof saying, I'm about to walk into a multi-million-dollar house. So it's like, I dress professionally. I'm about to go on a huge listing appointment. Here's an unpopular opinion. It gets agents debating in the comments, and then also shows her clients that she's professional. Lindsay, thoughts on the actual post itself?
Yeah.
And do you think that agents should be dressing more professionally?
I feel like I'd be Shannon Gillette's worst nightmare if I was on her team.
Perfect. That's exactly why I wanted to share this video.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it was a great video. I think she's really good at starting conversations. Like, I feel like she's more on like the conservative side, And so she posts these things and they go viral because you get every agent in the comment section debating on whether they should wear loafers or not. So, I mean, I feel like she's great job. Yeah.
But do you think
do you agree with the take?
Do you agree with the sentiment?
That you should be professional? Yeah. Are there times where I have past clients and I show up in aloe yoga pants because I have a good relationship with them, yeah, I think it's just dependent on your market, where you're at, and how you present yourself. But I don't feel like I'm any less professional because I'm in Air Force Ones and Aloe yoga pants. I think it's based on the client too and the price point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
that
if
makes
this is a
sense.
repeat client and it's their third house that you sold them and you've known them for 8 years, I could probably get away with a little bit more than if this is just, $1.8 million. I'm dressing very different for that appointment.
Yeah, that was one of my first broke agent memes ever, was how you dress versus a new client versus someone you've known for 10 years. Alyssa, thoughts on this professional dressing?
Okay. Well, first the video.
Okay.
I think she did a really good job of that. That appeals both agents and clients. Like I feel like that was just such a good blending of both of them, which is kind of hard to do a lot of the times. It's kind of like your videos are aimed at one or the other, but it was really good because agents will probably have a strong opinion about one way or the other. And then also like it shows potential clients that she show how she operates and just her professionalism. So I think that was a really good job of that. Yeah, I'm with Lindsay. I'm not showing up to a listing appointment. Like I'm going to be put together, but same if it's a repeat client, even a listing appointment, I will show up pretty put together, like with a blazer and stuff. But catch me on the final walkthrough, and there's odds are we're not in a blazer anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I mean, it's a fine line. But also, like if someone texts me, is like, "Hey, can you do a showing?" I'm like, "Hey, I can do it, but I just got done working out or whatever." I'll give them that option, but letting you know, I'm probably going to show up in like in a zip up or something. And I think it's you also the clients.
You unprofessional slops. What is wrong with you two?
What do you do? Are you in a yeah, that's
double-breasted button up suit every single time? Just kidding.
I did not think you were going to say slops there.
That would be crazy if you went another direction. Jason, are you in a suit all the time for your showings?
No, but I do.
Didn't you say you were going to do something like that? You said that you were going to go
last year, business attire and lo-fi beats. That was my my theme for the year. And I will, like, if I'm going, I have almost the same. Today I don't have any client showings, which is why I have a hat. But 9 times out of 10, I have a uniform of a white tee with a blazer and jeans and white shoes. You know what I mean? And so like it's like businessy casual 99% of the time. And then, so yeah, unless I'm coming out of something like Alyssa just said, if I have it, like today, if someone called me right now, is like, "Hey, can you go do a showing?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure. I'm casual today. Is that okay?" And then they'd say, "Yeah," but I don't know that I've ever done a showing in like gym clothes or anything, but I also wear the same thing every day. So that's kind of a tough thing. But no, I was kidding to you two girls. Like, obviously I don't think you need to you guys know your clients more than anything. Like nobody's showing up. I take that back. In San Diego, there is a culture of like flip flops and shorts, but I would never do that.
Kyle Toomey has kind of built a brand around, have you seen his stuff where he always says, "Never trust a realtor in a suit." And now other agents who are in suits are like posting themselves in crawl spaces and that sort of thing. So that gets conversations going. I feel like he's kind of created a brand of like just being himself, and he just shows up in a backwards hat and whatever. And he does an insane in business.
It's 100%. That's the thing, is like some of the biggest in Coronado, some of the biggest agents in San Diego rock shorts and boat shoes. You know what I mean? Because that's just the lifestyle. Whereas like, I think for the Gen Z and like the younger crowd, I think suits are coming back. So, you know what I mean? Like we had Omer on the show and he rocks like clean suit, like fits.
Yeah.
I have my newer agent, David, who's not in the office. Actually, why aren't you in the office, David? He's 24 years old and he comes fitted with like Gucci, like suit, like every single day. So I think the younger crowd is actually leaning into the suit again.
Is there a video that anyone on this panel could think of that you would want to do that's kind of a controversial agent take that hits both clients and agents? Like, is there any opinion that you hold, open question to anybody here, that is like, this is how I operate my business, and if you do it the other way, I think that you're doing it wrong?
I've done the video in the past about the TC fee. I was like, should you make your clients pay the TC fee? And then that kind of appealed to both, because people on the clients were like, what's the TC fee? Why am I paying this? But then agents were like, yes, I pay it. And then half the agents were like, no, I pass that to my clients. And there was like an internal debate. That one did pretty well years ago, but
yeah, that's good.
That again. I remember commenting on that like years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, bring it back. Alyssa, do you have any strong opinions about like what you do differently than other agents?
Actually, it's really good. There's been an attack lately in Spokane on like people doing reels being like, I'm not just an influencer, I'm a real estate agent. And so I feel
Ooh.
personally attacked by
Are
those.
these shots fired at you?
Yeah. I don't know,
Ooh.
but I've seen several of those in Spokane over the last couple of weeks. It's kind of a thing because I think a lot of people are like, well, if I can't or I don't do social, I'm going to turn it around and be like, well, you're hiring someone who doesn't know what they're doing. So maybe
Totally.
like doing something that's turning that around is like, well, actually, I'm better at my job because of that and knowing the area and knowing the ins and outs of Spokane.
Yeah.
I would do
Go ahead.
I would do a proof piece on that. Like you could even use, I probably wouldn't use another agent as the actual hook for that, but you could say like, I hear a lot of agents, talking crap about influencer agents who just make videos on Instagram. Look at this listing video I did. It has 80,000 views and I got, this amount of offers or showings from this listing video. So yes, I could influence, which is a good thing for my content, and also still sell a bunch of real estate. So you're the actual one that's a moron that isn't doing any influencing whatsoever.
Bro, Eric's about to ride at dawn for you.
Yeah.
He's like,
who was it? What's that scene? What's that scene in? Is it The Departed? No, not The Departed. The Town where they're like,
yeah.
I forgot what it was.
I think Lindsay's done that video where it's like, oh, so you're just an influencer, and then you're like, you showed off like the laundry list of homes you sold.
I love doing that. Yeah,
Ben,
good.
Ben Affleck walks in to the room and he goes, "There's some people. We're gonna go hurt them, and you can't ever ask me about it later." That's Jason and I flying to Spokane 100%. To beat up the agents that are talking crap about a list.
Whose car are we taking?
Whose car are we taking? Exactly.
That's the line. It was the town.
Sorry,
I feel like for that video, let's say you could do something so cool with the hook, like, today I'm here to start a fight.
That's good.
Immediately I'm like, what? She's starting a fight? She's so sweet. Yeah. She talks about her Nutella lattes. All the time. If you posted that reel and you're like, today I'm here to start a fight, I'd be like, you could go viral.
Alyssa, you could have on boxing gloves and be like training for an actual fight.
Put in the Rocky music in the background.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, that would be such a good counter video to those agents, because I do see a lot of agents that are against influencer agents because they're not doing good on social. Like, it's the whole reason we have this show is to help agents on social. But there's a lot of jealousy of, oh my God, this new Gen Z agent, Omar, is now in DC and absolutely crushing it because he's doing amazing on video. And I've been in the business 20 years, and people's ass sitting on my face on a park bench isn't really moving the needle as much as it did in 1985. So I think there's something there, Yeah.
All
right. Any parting words of wisdom, Jason?
No, except we're going to Spokane to go beat up some agents. I can tell them
whose car are we taking. Yeah, listen, name the agents. Let's find these people.
100%.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, go follow Alyssa Kernot, the hyperlocal queen. Go follow Lindsay Joe, the carousel queen. I don't want to use queen twice, but go follow them for amazing content inspiration. Go follow Jason Cassidy because he's going to repost the TC post, so you can see that again.
Get ready.
Make sure you respond to the comments, folks. Hey, by the way, if you drop a comment, if you've made it this far and you drop the word Friday, I'm going to send you something. I'm going to send you early access to Alyssa Kernot's training, which she is doing in BAMX, a whole hyper local training course that everybody here gets a free trial for. So that is in the comments as well. Comment the word Friday, and I will respond with the link to that training. You're going to want to see all of that content. Thank you, everybody. We won't see you next week because it's Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Happy birthday, Jason. Right? The big 5-0, I believe, right?
How mad were you? It's my 40th, and somebody we mentioned it last week, and then someone commented, "Happy 40th, Eric," and then he was really upset. That some fool in the comments possibly think he was 40.
I mean, the first thing we do on every show is we introduce ourselves, right? I'm Eric. Yeah. This is Jason. So you'd think someone who's listening that far would know the differentiation here. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks on The Walkthrough.